Hello!
Hey. You were like, I'm gonna say stuff.
Yeah, I did. I started.
Yeah, okay, so hello.
Welcome to the Comic Slayer channel. I'm going to do, we've done hauls a lot, but these are the hauls specifically of like art books that I got because I was on a huge quest for random art books. And I found probably way too much. So here's that. Kristan's here to cheer me on.
That's right.
And hold these heavy books.
Well, and I haven't seen, like, any of these. Like, I saw the cover when you bought them, but I don't know about what's in them.
Yeah, why I cared about them or anything.
Yeah, I'm here to be the audience.
So, there we go. So, I'm going to start with this one because she's big. This is the Art of Rock. Like, art rock posters from the beginning of rock and roll to the punk era with this amazing cover by Wes Wilson. And this just chronicles, like, literally everything you could imagine of like rock history. That's got a boob. Let me be careful here.
You already showed it.
But like, did it show?
Probably.
Oh, whoopsie, demonetized. But
we're not monetized.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter.
Be fine.
So there's all sorts of stuff in here. But there's a lot of like Fillmore posters and like Billy Graham and just like insane, like just a full like catalog of everything. And it's so big, and that's why I can't really show you all that much because it's very heavy. It's a very heavy book. But I was super excited to get this because I'm pretty sure it's out of print. Can't be that crazy out of print because it wasn't that expensive. But it was still like half off. So, but I couldn't find it on Amazon or anything. And after holding it, I wouldn't want to get it on Amazon because it would.
Right, very damaged.
It would not, it would destroy a box.
Right.
Easily. So.
Let me. No.
Yeah, you can't. Why are you?
I'm holding it for you. Go on.
You don't need to do that. You're going to get tired.
Okay.
This is the Ralph Steadman Gonzo the Art. So Ralph Steadman, if you don't know, is an illustrator, most known for his work with Hunter S. Thompson, and did like a ton of like art for Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, as well. Like here, I think that's like an illustration from Fear and Loathing. And he did a ton of weird stuff. He's known for like just being kind of crazy, like insane art, but he was a comedy writer. And just draws so weirdly and like kind of grotesque, but not like disgusting. I don't know. I got one of his art books a long time ago from the library that was just of his cat illustrations, which I really found endearing, even though they were kind of gross, just because, as you see, it's a lot of splattering, so you don't really know what it is, or that he just draws people weird. But I was super excited to find this because I always liked Ralph Steadman, and I'm trying to branch out into some different art. Like, obviously my art doesn't look anything like Ralph Steadman, and that's okay, but I'm trying to become more cultured, become a better cultured baby. So got this Ralph Steadman book. Moving on, this is the fantastic illustrations of Timothy Truman. I love Tim Truman art ever since I read the first graphic novel publication, Time Beavers, because time traveling beavers, like,
what more could you want?
What's not to love? And I fell in love with it. I thought it was so cool and so weird. And so then it kind of took me down the rabbit hole of Tim Truman. And he does do a lot of like fantasy illustration. He did work for Magic. His comic Grimjack was well known. He also did, I'm blanking on the name.
Just not.
Yeah, I'm blanking on some of the other work that he did just right now. But like, this art is just so cool. It's kind of like, it reminds me a little bit of Eric Powell in some of the fantastical like watercolory stuff esque, but like definitely more like Dungeons and Dragons stuff. But
also, my dad would like that.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely, Larry.
Shout out Larry.
Check it out.
Library.
But one thing I always thought was neat, he did a lot of work for Grateful Dead, like Grateful Dead comics and illustrations for that, and then he did a couple other like rock books. He did the Santana comic book, which is pretty sweet. And he did a lot of things like that for like rock and roll comics back in the day, and I always thought that was neat. But I was super excited to get this, and just his illustration work is just super neat and super cool. And again, very different than like what I always do. So that was neat. Are you able to hold that? This is Buffy.
Right.
She's gonna.
Yeah.
You
may have seen her eye right there.
You may have. Let's see. She's sitting on the pile of books.
Buff, come over.
Come on. Let's go. There we go. So this is a big collection of posters. Every poster tells a story, 30 years of the Frontier Touring Company. And it is posters from everything. And that's Buffy trying to knock over the tripod. But the Frontier Touring Company did like tours for everybody. So there's like just these weird posters, like tour posters, like, right here's Van Halen and also Portishead. Like, those just don't seem to always, that doesn't seem like it might go together. But I'm right, popped it open and there's Jewel on that page. And then on another page, there's like Suicidal Tendencies or, Franz Ferdinand and Sonic Youth. And it's just a collection of the Frontier Touring Company's posters. And I was like, that's a huge thing. I, of course, am involved with gig posters and love gig posters like to a fault. So, of course, I had to get this.
Awesome.
Let's do Hirschfeld, Al Hirschfeld, online. I have an Al Hirschfeld book, but it is not this one. So the second I saw it, I'm always on the lookout for him. I love Al Hirschfeld's art, just super classic cartooning and like caricature stuff, where it's like he's famous for like getting as much personality out of like one line as humanly possible. And so you can see like there's just a great illustration of Jack Benny, and it's just like he just captures everything so well. On the back you can see like Jerry Seinfeld and everybody ever he's done. So that was just a quick one that I was like, I think I need this just to keep my Hirschfeld collection going. I'm not letting you carry it anymore.
No, I don't want any more.
She can't do it.
They're all in my lap and they're heavy.
They're very heavy. This was a cool collection of one that I didn't know existed. I have, as you see behind me, I have a lot of random like cartoons from World War II and like Hitler in cartoons, dictators in cartoons, cartoons of the Great War. So this one felt natural that Dr. Seuss goes to war, and it's a collection of all of the World War II editorial cartoons that Dr. Seuss did, back in the day. And it's just super neat. And I always find this is just such an odd, like, time and like an odd piece of history. Because like Mel Brooks always said that, like, if you want to get back at somebody as like a dictator or a horrible person, you make fun of them. And cartoons back then was the way of making fun of people. But then also, like, some of the stuff is just so weird, and it's just like, and it's sad, but also like to have it involved with like this cartooning art is just very interesting. So I haven't dove that deep into it. I'm sure there's probably some weird, questionable stuff in here just of the times, but I'm excited to at least like dive into the history of that.
That's cool. I think out of all of these, I'm interested in this the most, I think.
That is probably that.
It's
that
the
makes
most
sense.
maybe accessible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure, for anybody. Plus, like, everyone knows Dr. Seuss, so then to see like the other side of Dr. Seuss, like when he's doing editorial stuff, not just like Sam I Am, it's pretty neat. This is the only one that's kind of like an outlier of the group. This is Scam, and it's a collection of like the first 4 issues of this fanzine, which is about punk. But that's really all I know. I don't really know much more about it, but I looked through it and I saw random like scene histories and like stuff on touring and weird things, and so I picked it up. I have no idea what it's going to be about. Maybe I'll do a whole zine episode. That'd be fun. We'll see.
Yeah.
It could be terrible. Who knows?
It'd be fun.
I probably won't do it. And then lastly is the Godex Metallium. How would you say that? Would you say Godex or Godex Metallum?
Metallum.
This is a like deep dive into all of the cover artwork of heavy metal and and heavier. Like everything from like Yes is in here, but then also like Cannibal Corpse and Slipknot.
Show
And
something.
I'm trying to find a good
All
one.
they're seeing is the text.
Oh. So like there's those. There was a big one on I think there was a big section on Geiger in here at some point. I'm trying to find one that's not like got gross stuff. But there's all like this weird sci-fi art and everything that was involved with heavy metal. And then like if you once you get into like later years, there's Marilyn Manson, there's these kind of album covers that I'm sure if you got really close you'd see like really weird, gross like beheadings and stuff. I'm trying to find more, sorry. It's difficult to find stuff that's not too terribly gross. Or then there's also like random photo ones, like the Ace of Spades cover from Motorhead, which is just super simple. And then there's these illustrated ones with Black Sabbath and all that, and heavy metal art in general on album covers. So this was a big one for me. I was super excited. And it tells the stories behind like what they came up with, how the artist decided on that, what did the band think, all sorts of stuff like that. So
that's cool. It's like embossed too.
Yeah, it's embossed and it's shiny.
And there's also like dark. You can't really tell in the
camera. Yeah, you can. There's it. The package.
It's a pretty book.
It's a very pretty book.
Yeah, it's a pretty book.
It's a pretty book.
The content too.
Very pretty. So yeah, that's it. That's all my art books. Let me know if you have any of these art books, or if there's artists that you think would like fit into this collection that I may not know. That'd be really cool. Let me know in the comments. And,
he's always looking for more.
It's true.
Please tell us.
It's a problem.
Let me know what I should buy him for Christmas.
Yeah, that too, because I need more things.
We all do. That's
of course, it's true. That's what we do here.
All right. Thanks for watching.
Cool. Yeah, thanks for watching.